What's going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. It's Fair Play here. Woo, how y'all been? It's been about 4 days since I've been on here, y'all. And I missed y'all. I had to do some work, get some things done. And so I'm finally at a place where I can sit down and talk to you yet again. Because I do believe the last time I was on here was like Thursday. Thursday earlier during the day. But anyway, oh my God. This week in entertainment, so many things have happened. So many things have gone wrong, weird things. Y'all, I've read so many things. That's another thing, another reason why it took 3 or 4 days before I came on here too, because I like to try to get all information, and I like to try to hear different commentary and different news stories and testimonials from family of different events, different things that have happened before I comment on it, before I get to the bottom line. I didn't come on here to do a dissertation on every story that I'm going to mention tonight. I don't want to talk about it in depth because I know y'all have heard more than y'all care to hear about. If you're anything like me, you've heard more than you care to know about anyway. But this is just my commentary on the things. I'm the type of person that like to get to the bottom line to stuff. And I mean, what can I say? But before I proceed, because I was going to mention, of course, Wendy Williams is going to be mentioned. Not much on her. I just wanted to mention something. Jussie, I'm going to mention something again on him. This is stuff I'm tired of hearing about, but I have to mention it when it comes up. You know, I feel like I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't say anything about it. R. Kelly, of course. Lord have mercy. Tamara Mowrey. You know, I rarely ever talk about Tamara and Tia Mowrey, but I just wanted to mention something about them. Just weird stuff, you know, that people do. What else did I want to mention? Because I don't want to forget anything while I'm on here. I believe that's it. I believe there's Wendy, there's R. Kelly, there's Jussie, and Tia, Tamara Mowrey. You know, I just wanted to mention something about them. But before I go on, I want to send my condolences out to T.I.'s family. T.I. and Tiny have lost their sister Precious this week as she has succumbed to injuries sustained in a car accident on last week. And I'm very sorry to hear that because I do watch the family hustle from time to time, and I know that they were close, that T.I. was close to his older sister, and she did a lot for the family. She helped him a lot with his kids and everything, and I can only imagine the void, the emptiness, and loss that they're feeling right now. So my condolences go out to him and his family. So without further ado, Wendy Williams. The most recent thing that I heard about Wendy Williams, you guys, is that, of course, we know that she'll be returning, allegedly. She's supposed to return, they say, to her purple chair on March 4th. I don't usually watch her show. I keep telling y'all that, but that may be one show that I do watch. That may be the only show that I watch of Wendy Williams because I just want to look at her. I want to see. You know, nosy. Also, they have been saying that recently Wendy Williams has been dropping her married name, Hunter, from her correspondence, which is unusual. So, of course, this has sparked some divorce rumors. I think I told y'all on the last video that I don't believe that Wendy is actually still with Kevin. I'm not saying that they're divorcing or anything, but I don't believe that they're together. I think that they're probably estranged from one another. And I read several articles, and I pulled this one. The Inquisitor says Wendy Williams has always stood by her husband, Kevin. Y'all know I ain't lying because she said it herself. But her recent move has fans wondering if she's had a change of heart. It says, although the name variation was relatively subtle, many fans speculated it may have a deep meaning. Surprisingly, Wendy Williams has reportedly opted to drop her husband's last name, according to Radar Online. On Friday, February 22nd, the troubled talk show host took to Instagram with an interesting announcement about the Wendy Williams show. Now, the fans were pleased to learn that Wendy would be returning to her daytime talk show. In the statement released by Debmar Mercury, it was confirmed that Wendy Williams would be returning to her purple chair on March 4th. The statement read, Wendy Williams is an incredible talent with the most unique voice in daytime. We can't wait to welcome her back to her iconic purple chair on the set of her show on Monday, March 4th. It says, but what really caught the fans' attention was the closing of the statement. The former radio personality usually includes her maiden name and married name. However, this time, Wendy Williams opted to exclude Hunter from her name. The latest news about Wendy Williams follows a string of reports about her seemingly tumultuous marriage to Kevin Hunter. The famous pair have been together, y'all excuse me, turn this light up on this phone so I can see. The famous pair have been together for more than 20 years. Now, while Wendy Williams has always put up a united front in the name of love, recent reports suggest that she may be living a nightmare behind closed doors. Not just reports, actually word from her family. So that's what's going on, and they're saying that she has dropped her name from not only that correspondence, but that Hunter name has been dropped from some other correspondence and emails that she has sent, and that's unusual for her because Wendy Williams usually goes Wendy Williams Hunter on everything that she sends electronically and whatnot, and she's not doing that anymore. Like I said on the last video that I don't think her and Kevin are together. I think once she found out about that baby, I think some things changed. Now, that's just my opinion, y'all. I don't know, of course, but I do believe some things have changed, and yeah, I don't think that they're really together anymore. I think even if she wanted to be with him, he's probably, even though he needs her money, I think this is the straw that broke the camel's back. I really do. I think this kind of broke the camel's back. So that's the latest on Wendy Williams. That's all I got to say about her, much to you all's chagrin. So Jussie Smollett turned himself in last week. I guess it was it Thursday morning at 5 o'clock, 5:15? And the police say that he confessed to setting up this attack that he says happened to him. He was, they say he orchestrated the whole thing. They say he admitted to it, and he said he did it because he wanted more money on the Empire. He wanted to make more money. He was trying to help his career. I don't know how he thought that was going to help, but whatever. I understand any publicity is good publicity, and a lot of times negative publicity is better than regular publicity. So he thought he was doing something when he did that. And then after that, you heard all the information that the two Nigerians, that the check that he gave them was not for the scamming, their agreement to scam, but it was actually for training, for his physical training to get ready for this video that he has coming out. And it's for a meal plan for them because they're supposed to be trainers, right? So, okay, we got that. They say that's not that. So it's like everything they tell you one day, they come back the next day and tell you it's not that. When he went to the set on Thursday night or Thursday evening at Empire, they say he had been crying all day, and he came in there apologizing to everybody, saying that he didn't do any of this, and it's just a mess. And I have been saying from the beginning, somebody is lying. And I also said, I believe on the last video, that I believe that more than just Jussie is involved in this. I would not be surprised if Lee Daniels had something to do with this. I just wouldn't. I think that there is something more to this situation. And y'all, by the way, on the Wendy Williams story, on this Jussie Smollett story, I am putting a link to a YouTube video. I did a little bit of research, and I picked one on each situation to put down there. It's just some a point of reference for you guys. The things that I saw a lot of stuff, and I heard a lot of stuff, but these are just an example of the things that I listened to over the past few days. But yeah, Jussie has, the judge told him, he gave him $100,000 bail, which is extreme for a crime, an offense like this. He could face up to 3 years in prison, they say. He posted his 10% bail, that $10,000, and got out and whatnot. And it's just, y'all, I'm telling you, I just believe that there's more to this story. I believe it's not only Jussie. I believe Lee Daniels and who knows who else is involved in that. And I was listening to several other things today and yesterday, and there's actually a video. I think his name is Armand Wiggins. His show, some lady called that says she knows the ins and outs of what goes on in the studios, because she's got people, her people know people, and she is basically saying the same thing that I had already said before, that more than just Jussie is involved. I don't know if it's true tea or not, y'all. I'm just telling you, this is what I have seen, and that is one of the many videos that kind of supports what I thought anyway about Jussie and what's going on. So I do believe there's more to the story, y'all. And I also heard that they wrote him out, completely out of the last 2 episodes of Empire. So this is not a good thing. This is looking ugly. I think Jussie is probably the fall guy, like they said on this particular video, for something somebody else has done. I don't believe that the boy needs to go to prison for no 3 years. It was dumb what he did. It was stupid. But ultimately, in the end, he really didn't hurt nobody but himself. We know what the implications could have been, but we know he didn't hurt anybody but himself. He never ever gave a description of any white person that at all. He never gave a description where anybody could have actually gone out and looked for somebody and found somebody like the Susan Smith lady did like 20-some years ago, the one that lied and said that a black man kidnapped her, took her car, and then murdered her kids. When they come to find out, it was her that killed her own kids. She had drowned those 2 babies. And then she gave a description of a black man. They drew a picture of a man that could have been anybody's daddy. See, Jussie didn't do all of that. Jussie didn't do that. Okay, Jussie just said it was he believed it was some pale men that had on MAGA caps and blah, 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 and they were yelling, MAGA, this is MAGA country, and called him nigger, and so forth and so on. So at the end of the day, he only hurt himself, okay, scamming his own butt kicking, setting it up, so to speak. So I don't think he deserves 3 years in prison, because I think the fact that he has possibly lost his job on Empire and the public shame alone, and the fact that his career could possibly be over, is enough. I think that's enough for him to get it. But again, I don't believe he is the only culprit in this mess. All right, that's just what I think about Jussie. And again, I'm going to put a link to a video so that you could just hear what I heard. I just want y'all to hear it. You know, you don't have to believe it. I'm not saying I believe it per se. I'm just saying that it just supports what I had already thought about Jussie anyway. Okay? And also something down there about Wendy Williams. Okay. R. Kelly. And I definitely ain't gonna spend a lot of time on this. We know R. Kelly. They've been at R. Kelly for the longest time. Ever since he was acquitted back in 2008 for a pornography tape that he made, a VHS tape he made in 99 or 2000. They have pretty much been stacking the chips against R. Kelly ever since then. They've been after him since then, building a case. They were just waiting till they could get some people to come out and say some stuff. And they probably paid some people, and these people know that they can get some fame and money, and they, you know, I'm just being honest with you. R. Kelly is a nasty, let me say this first, R. Kelly is nasty. He is definitely perverted, and he's definitely guilty of sleeping with underage girls. We know that we know he's guilty of that. But the reality of it is he should have been reported 20 years ago when this stuff was happening. He should have been reported at the time. You know, my whole thing, the whole problem I have, because I don't feel sorry for R. Kelly one bit, okay? Because he was dumb enough to do this stuff. He's stupid enough to get involved in this mess, or to do this mess, and think that somebody was going to let him get by with it, and he kept doing it even after the 2008 acquittal. He didn't learn anything the first time. But listen, you know, I just hope that the truth comes out during his trial. I hope they see through the situation that all of these girls are not victims. All of them are not. I do not believe that R. Kelly was holding anybody hostage. I don't believe that based on the things that I have read and seen over the years. I don't believe it. I believe that when these girls were involved with him, they enjoyed being with him. They enjoyed, I'm talking about the older ones too. They enjoyed what was going on. I think there was a lot of jealousy. Every time R. Kelly brought new women into the situation, there was somebody that got mad. They got pushed to the back of the bus, and they had to leave his house. I don't believe R. Kelly made anybody stay in his house. I don't believe he made a slave out of anybody. I believe that they wanted to be with him, and they had a good time. I also am going to put a video in the description on that as well, because one of the latest women, Asante McGee, that said that he did all this sexual assault and things to her, she's a liar. That woman lied, and her own daughter exposed her. And I'm going to put that link down in the bottom. Like I said, I'm not saying that everybody is lying. I'm pretty sure he mistreated a lot of them, but I don't believe he held anybody hostage. I believe R. Kelly's thing was, this is my house, you're going to do what I say in my house. If you don't want to abide by my rules, then you need to get out. And none of them left because they wanted to stay there. I just don't, y'all, I'm just saying, I know a lot of people going to get mad with me. Again, R. Kelly is nasty, foul, and pedophilia. He should have been in trouble back when he did it. I don't understand how 20 years later they could try to bring charges on somebody for a video he made in 1998 or 1999. R. Kelly had a whole lot of videos. A lot of them, from what I understand. And I just want the criminal justice system to be fair, and I want them to be just in what they do with him. I want them to get the full story, the full picture, and understand. See, they have painted this picture of him like he's this big old monster, when he's not the monster that people think that he is. He's got a problem. He's sick, and he should have been paying for what he did 20 years ago again. But of course, the parents, the people that were around him, the adults, they all contributed to this. They all allowed this thing to go on. A lot of them probably even participated in the madness that R. Kelly was doing. So, y'all, I just don't want this to be another Bill Cosby situation where they just want to do something just to get accolades and to say, oh, we got him. We got R. Kelly. We got him. And we done brought him down. We done, you know, so dramatic, so melodramatic. I saw Surviving R. Kelly, and I feel the same way after I watched the first 3 or 4 parts that I saw. I said, these girls ain't telling the whole truth. Because from what I understand and have read about and heard about, the girls always were able to leave and go and come as they please, and they had cell phones. So if they felt like they were being, something illegal was going on, why didn't they call the police? But no, now in hindsight, they want to look back in hindsight. Now they got 20/20 vision. Now they see everything clearly. Now they want to say they're victims. They're going on tours. They're doing conferences and all this stuff. 15 minutes of fame and money. That's what this is about for most of the women that are talking and speaking against R. Kelly. This is something else that ain't got nothing to do with what R. Kelly has been doing. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like if they're going to hold him liable for something, hold him liable for what he actually did, and that's the child pornography, if they can, and for messing with these underage girls. Period. That's it. It shouldn't be about anything more than that. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I didn't want to spend too much time on that, because I know people get mad. I'm going to keep listening to R. Kelly music, the music that I like. I don't like everything R. Kelly made, but there are some songs that I like by him. I don't pay for any of it, period. Point blank in the period. The music ain't never did nothing to me. You can't take the man's talent away from him. It is what it is. Whatever R. Kelly gets, he gets, because he was dumb. Okay? He was just dumb. What was the next thing? Because this video getting too long, you guys. Let's see. Tamara Mowrey. Tamara Mowrey was sick, and I heard she's been missing from The View. Not The View, but what's the name of this show that she's on? The Real. They say she's been sick, and I read an article where it says she had the flu, strep throat, and pneumonia. And so her sister Tia decided to send her some of her breast milk because she read somewhere that breast milk has health properties. Now, doctors have said that that's not true. Dietitians said that breast milk has no health benefits to anybody. I have heard doctors also say that even a baby, once it gets to be about a year old, breast milk has no benefits to a baby at the age of 1. By that time, especially when they got teeth and a full mouth of teeth and they can eat solid food, they say breast milk no longer benefits a baby at that stage. So I understand what Tia was thinking, you know, I'm going to help my sister, whatever. It seems weird, nasty. But you know what? My only point, I said all that to say this. Some stuff you ought to just keep to yourself. Why couldn't she just send her that breast milk and just not tell everybody? Why did Tamara have to talk about it and make an Instagram video about breast milk? Well, some stuff you ought to keep to yourself. Everything doesn't need to be on social media. That's it. If you want to drink breast milk from somebody else, that's your business. If you do what you want, but keep it to yourself. Everybody doesn't need to do and say everything on social media. And I say that because the minute somebody says something that they feel is negative, the minute somebody chastises them for it, they feel like they're being judged, they're upset, and they're mad. Well, you put it out there for people to say things about it. Everybody's not going to agree or like what you do. That's just life, you know? So I just feel like if you can't handle criticism, you shouldn't put things out there like that. Okay, that's a personal thing, and she should have kept that between her and Tia, period. Anyway, so that's all I'm going to say about that. I saw that, and I just thought that was the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing. So anyway, yeah, and y'all, I heard that B. Smith, they are trying to put out a reality show. I know that Carlos King, the ex-producer of Real Housewives, he claimed that he's not having anything to do with it because people said that he was going to be the one to put this out. And so he got a whole lot of social media backlash for that because they saw him literally in the audience with the woman that B. Smith's husband is going with. What's her name? Alexis. They saw her in the audience with him, with Carlos King on The View, I think it was. And so people, of course, felt like he must be behind this reality show that they're supposed to be making, and people are mad about it. And so he came out and did a video and said, no, I'm not having anything to do that. I wouldn't do it, period. I don't know, he could be lying. I feel like he's lying. But anyway, that's just me. I keep seeing articles that this show has been greenlit, and I've seen it on several media outlets. So I just want to know what y'all think about that. I feel like that's not a good thing. I'm sick of B. Smith's husband. I'm sick of that man, Dan Gadsby. I'm sick of this man trying to be famous on his wife's dime. I think he's trifling. Okay, I think he's trifling. And and he is traipsing around here with this woman, with this other woman, like what he's doing is good. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say, y'all. I just wanted to bring those things up because the internet has been on fire with the likes of Jussie and R. Kelly especially. And I'm sick of hearing about both of them. I wish they would go ahead and do whatever it is that they are going to do. And again, y'all, I'm putting a couple of 2 or 3 links down in the description for you to look at on your own time. I'm just going to put them there as a point of reference for you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. I know I was rambling. Once again, I've been running all day, and I decided to just stop and force myself to sit down and talk to you guys and say, hey, how you doing? But anyway, y'all take care, and I will see y'all soon. Bye-bye.